Are you scared of changing careers and jobs? Should I stay or should I go? So what's your next job career move? Millions of people have this job dilemma every week. For some, it's every day. But often they do nothing about it. So what should you do? Well, I can help answer your questions in this video with 3 great strategies to overcome the fear of making that decision to move jobs and careers. Before I start on the 3 strategies, some quick tips. You know I like my quick tips. Why are you having these thoughts anyway about wanting to move? That's a good question to ask yourself. Write it down, spend some time thinking about it. Catch yourself each day thinking, am I fulfilled? Am I not fulfilled? That can help answer. Stop and think of what is the fear of you moving or changing jobs. What is that fear? What's that bit that's really holding us back? That's going to help out with some of the strategies that we're going to talk about. And this is a good one. If your friend asked you, should I stay or should I go? What advice would you give them? Okay, we're always good at giving other people advice. So go and look in the mirror and have a little chat with yourself. Okay, and is the grass always greener elsewhere? Make the right decision. But if in doubt, why not? Give it a go and enjoy the journey of new opportunities and learning experiences. So the 3 strategies that we're going to cover, what do I really want? Have you really thought this through? Secondly is, do your due diligence on the company or the organisation or the job that you're going to move into. And the third one, will you regret not moving? And that's a really important question to ask yourselves. But we will cover those in detail so you can make the right decision for you. So the first one, what do I really want? And also, not just what I want, but what have I already got? And I think that's quite important. You can think, I want this, but I have got that, so you can weigh it up. And what is the fear from stopping me moving forward? It could be a host of these things that I'm going to talk about. It could be money, bonuses. It could be progression, developments, fulfillment, and perhaps lack of challenges and learning. I think that's a really good reason to move, not just always for the money. Is it enjoyment? You've got to enjoy what we do. We spend far too much time at work. We've got to enjoy it. Is it perhaps the market that you're in or your business is in? You're thinking it's not really the best time to be in this particular market, or perhaps the business isn't really going in the right direction, or you've got concerns about certain parts of the business, financially viable, perhaps has the lack of direction, and perhaps your own management or perhaps your own team. You don't feel that, that the fix isn't right. And I think these are really good areas to think about. And as I said, write them down. What do I want? What do I really want? And what have I already got? And then that helps you to make these decisions. But if it is the fear of moving, the unknown, perhaps think back to your career so far. Perhaps you've changed jobs in the past. Well, you've done it before. You can do it again, as I always say. Or perhaps if you're fairly new into the working environment, perhaps you had to change schools or colleges or universities when you were younger. Perhaps you had to change sporting teams. Perhaps you moved area from one house to another house in perhaps a different area or even another country. If you can cope with all those changes, this is just part of that journey. And life is a journey, but it's making sure that we create the right choices so we can enjoy that journey. So do really start thinking about, what do you want to have on your career and job journey and your life journey? Because we want to enjoy it and be happy. Fear, anxiety, as I said, or uncertainty are just some of the reasons why people are scared to change careers and jobs. But staying in a job that leaves you unfulfilled and unhappy is a surefire way to breed resentment and regret in yourself and in others. Can make you quite miserable actually, and perhaps people that are close to you, and is the opposite of living a life you love and enjoy. And after all, that's always been my definition of success, is to enjoy what we do. So that's thinking about what we really want. Now let's move on to the second strategy. Do your due diligence. Now, due diligence is what companies have to do when they invest or perhaps take over another company. They're going to make some huge changes and some huge investments. Is it what it seems? All the information that would be given, they're being sold to. So are they going to pay too much and find out when they've bought the business it doesn't really work and it's not what it seemed? You've got to do the same with your job. So make sure that when you are interviewing, don't forget to interview them. Don't forget to have some brilliant questions. Based on what we've already said, think, okay, what are my questions here? And challenge them. Because in some ways you've got nothing to lose, and I'll come on to that in a moment. So make sure you ask some brilliant questions and you interview them. Yeah, find out what you really need to find out. And linked in with that, it is important that you do your job seeking and look for new jobs and careers when you desperately don't need to move. Let me say that again. Always look for a job when you desperately don't need to move. Do it when you're sort of considering and thinking about things. It's a bit like buying a car. You don't want to buy a car when you desperately need one. Why? You know you're going to get a bad deal. Preempt what's going to happen. Keep your car maintained, keep your career maintained. It's like moving house. If you desperately got to move for whatever reason, you're not going to get such a good deal. And it's the same with a job. You're going to take the first thing that comes along. So make sure that you are in control of the situation. Yeah, get some mentoring advice in the industry that you're already in, or perhaps the industry you're moving to. And make sure that you can find out about the people that you're going to be working with, the managers, the direction of the business, the financials. If you don't understand them, ask someone that knows. If you're moving into a different industry or sector, find out people that know about this business. What are their thoughts on it? Is it a good move? Oh, wouldn't join them if I was you. What's their reputation like? You've really got to spend some time on this. And doing all of this helps you make what we call an informed decision. You're taking the fear out of making the decision because you're getting all the answers that you need. You know what you want, for what we've already said before on the first strategy. Yeah, you're taking the fear out of the career change because you've got all the information, you can make an informed decision. So when is the right time to make this career change or thinking about job change and what next? So we're not sort of, beating ourselves up with it, day in, day out and week in, week out. We can make some decisions. And how do we deal with this fear? Well, hopefully we're starting to answer some of those questions. But I think happiness is really important. We spend a significant proportion of our lives working. And it's my firmly held belief that we should have a career that fulfills us, that we enjoy. Remember, I always think happiness is a great definition of success. So we enjoy it and it challenges us, takes us on a journey, new beginnings, new opportunities, new learnings. It's really important. So every year, most organisations do reviews and appraisals. This is a good time to think, where am I going with this? Keep your CV up to date, keep your LinkedIn up to date, keep your networking up to date. And then you can start to think, perhaps it is time to go and have these perhaps informal conversations with some other companies to find out what's actually out there and what opportunities exist. Remember, if you don't do it, who's going to do it for you? So it's great to see that you're still with me. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you're thinking about your career and future self-development. We've got a free download, which I really hope will help you in managing your career and getting you thinking about how you're looking after yourself and taking your personal development and future-proofing yourself to the next level. So we've looked at 2 key strategies so far. We've looked at what is it I really want, and also doing the due diligence. The third one is, will you regret not moving? And it's about embracing your fears and giving things a go. And it reminds me of a situation I had in my 20s when I worked for a lovely company. I had a wonderful job, real comfort zone job, could do it standing on my head, really comfortable, lovely people, great environment, pay was okay, but I just loved it, great work-life balance. And I got the opportunity to go to Australia for a couple of months, and I was taking some unpaid leave and things like that. But at the same time, I'd been looking for another job. And I sat there that Friday afternoon. Should I leave? Should I resign? I'd written the letter out because my notice period was going to be whilst I was on holiday. So they said that I could resign then and that'd be my last day. And I ummed and ahed and I just sat down and I thought, come on. This day will change your life, change your career. And it did. Went to Australia, came back, moved to another job, and it got me outside of my comfort zone and got me up and running in my career. That job didn't actually work out as well as I'd liked it to have done, but it got me out of a rut and it got me out of my comfort zone into new opportunities. And yeah, the rest, they say, is history. So yeah, give it a go. But you can take the fear out of the situation, as we said, by doing your research, by doing your due diligence. And yeah, you've got to take on new opportunities. So don't regret not moving. Be positive about gaining new experiences, new learnings, meeting new people. And when there is change, and when you are doing a major thing like moving job, careers, you're going to learn. This is about taking yourself on a journey, which is really important. It should be an exciting time. New opportunities, new learnings, new people. Go and embrace it. And embrace that fear and make those new opportunities and experiences. And also, to help you out, go and talk to some people that you know that have made some bold moves. And I talk to a lot of people when I'm coaching them. I'm always fascinated about people's career history and their journey, and I'm always talking to them about that. And I was like, why did you do that? And sometimes they say, well, I don't know. And I said, why did you do this? And he goes, well, actually it turned out to be the worst thing I ever did, but I learned a great life lesson, and it taught me a lot at the time that made me out to make changes. So whilst it is the worst thing I could possibly have done at the time, in the end it turned out to be good. So embrace that change. Life is about living, life is about change, life is about experiences and new learning opportunities. If in doubt, give it a go. So there's the 3 key strategies. I'll summarise in a moment, but just a few more quick tips to send us on our way. When we are looking at moving jobs and careers, learn to sell yourself. Learn to talk positively about yourself. It's a great attribute. So by going through the whole process of looking at new opportunities, it's a great way to develop your confidence, your self-esteem, and going, do you know what? I'm actually quite good at what I do. It's a nice way of thinking. Find out your marketability. Have conversations with recruiters that you trust. Build relationships through your career with recruiters, good recruitment agencies or individuals that you can rely on. You can phone them up and find out what the market's like. Find out your marketability, what are companies looking for. Go and have some informal conversations. Test the water. So it takes all the fear out of making the move. You know that you're going to be doing it for the right reasons. And that can give you a real advantage in your self-managing. So there again, as I said, during appraisals and PDR and review times, you can actually do these types of things. Get a mentor or two. I'm always talking about getting a mentor. People you just trust that will give you good advice. But above all, enjoy the journey. Go and grab an experience. Go and take on some new learning and new opportunities. If in doubt, give it a go. So in summary, let's just look at those 3 key strategies. What do I really want? Yeah. What have I got? How am I going to conquer the fear? Do your due diligence is number 2. Interview them. Remove the fear by finding out, is this going to be a good decision or is this going to be a bad decision? So you make that decision, informed decision, and you can do it with confidence that when you resign from your current company, I've made the right decision because I've done my due diligence, I've done my research, I know where I'm going. And number 3, will you regret not moving? Yeah, but for the right reasons. So embrace the change. Let's get rid of some of this fear and make sure that you're doing these things for the right reasons. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to like the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.